Do you believe in sugar boys? Do you know that it's actually possible for a young boy to fall over in love with an older woman? You know, in Nigeria, it is usually the other way around. It is mostly the older men falling in love with the young girls. But in this movie, Enchanted, it's all about a younger boy that fell in love with someone actually very older than him. So in this movie, Enchanted is all about a young, promising, rich guy known as Richard. Richard is doing so well for himself, but then he finds it difficult to settle down, to find someone that he genuinely loves. So there's another woman known as Arena. Arena is Richard's sister's best friend, elder sister's best friend. Like as I speak right now, Richard's sister refers to Richard as my baby brother. This is to show you that she's really, really older than her. Okay. Then Arena, being the Richard's sister's bestie, has a show where she talks about love, relationship, and Richard will do anything possible to attend that show, even if it makes him miss his work. So most times, even if Richard is working, once it's time for that show, Richard will rush out from the office just to attend this particular show by Arena. So on this fateful day, Richard attended the show. It was a beautiful one, and after that, Richard went home with her. Kept telling her that he practically enjoys their time together, like without Arena knowing what Richard has in mind for her. So Arena feels that Richard is still takes her as family member because she has this bond with the sister, not knowing that Richard is already falling over in love with her. Richard hasn't really come out to tell Arena that he's in love with her. Okay, Richard didn't say that. The only thing Richard does was showering her with gifts. According to Arena, her last birthday, Richard gifted her a car. But she still felt like Richard is doing all these things because of the family bond. Okay, so most times she calls Richard, "Hi, baby brother." Richard has warned her so many times that he is not her baby brother and he is not in any way related to her. But every time Richard comes closer, tries to talk things over with her, Arena will always push him away. I just think generally she doesn't want to take Richard seriously. So on this day, Richard came to the house and asked her to cook for him. So Arena was like, "I'm actually tired of cooking for you. Like, why do I have to cook for you? Am I your girlfriend? You are just like my baby brother. And in the other way around, you should be the one cooking for me." But then Richard kept warning her every time that he is not her baby brother. So after dinner, they served food, but Arena lost her appetite because she has beginning to realize that this Richard wants more than just normal friendship. And like I said before, Arena has a TV show where she talks about love, relationship, and she gives genuine advice on her. So she really knows where Richard is coming from. Okay, so I would like to know in the comments, do you think what Richard really wants from Arena? Do you think it works? Do you think people are just like this? Enchanted is a new movie, is actually an interesting movie, and I would advise you to see it. So back to the story, Richard was having lots of sleepless nights, and he can't wrap his head around the fact that Arena wouldn't want him. So on this day too, Richard also rushed out to attend Arena's shows, one of her shows, and boom, Richard was introduced to Arena's boyfriend. Okay, so he started talking down on the guy. He was like, "You look so irresponsible. How come you are a friend to Arena? Arena is reserved and all that." So Arena was like, "Please stop talking to my guests like this." And as a matter of that they have dinner together. So Arena walked out with the guy and left Richard stranded. Richard couldn't do anything but to go straight to Arena's house to wait for Arena. And when Arena came, Arena was like, "What is the problem?" Richard said that he isn't really feeling okay. But still, remember, Richard has not disclosed his reason for all that, okay, for the love and affection that he has for Arena. So on this day, he told Arena that he will be spending nights together because both of them visited Arena and the sister left. So Richard locked the door. Arena was like, "Why didn't you go with your sister?" Richard said, "Hell no," that he will be spending nights with Arena. Arena now made it clear to him that she's not willing to share the bedroom with him other than the sitting room or the guest room, which is untidy. Richard preferred to sleep in the guest room. But then along the line, Richard said that he couldn't sleep and he wanted to spend nights in Arena's room. on the same bed with Arena. So what Arena did was, once immediately Richard fell asleep, Arena left the bed for Richard, so that, you know, she just don't want that. Like, literally, she just doesn't want that. But one of the things that shocked Arena the most was the day Arena mentioned to Richard's sister, because like I said before, Richard's sister is Arena's bestie, that there's this particular guy that wants them to like date. Okay. But the only problem that she has with the guy is the fact that the guy is actually way younger than her. Richard's sister was like, please go ahead, that's what is raining, it's fun to, you know, the husband is dead. I think Arena's husband is dead, and according to Richard's sister, that she is free to date anyone she wants to date, regardless your age, and she begged Arena to invite the guy over. So the guy came over, and boom, Richard also came from nowhere and met them together. Richard's sister was genuinely happy for Arena, but Richard was so sad because he wanted Arena, even though he hasn't disclosed that. So I'm going to end it here to raise another episode for you guys. Let me know what you think about this video and subscribe for more. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.